Hi, welcome back. As we mentioned earlier, today's newscast will be covering an issue of the Navajo water crisis. First, we'll go over who the Navajo are and what their history is like. The Navajo Reservation spans across 3 states, Arizona, New Mexico, and Utah. It covers 27,673 square miles, making it one of the largest Native American reservations in America. The Navajo are well known for their extremely high poverty rates, and 1/3 of the reservation has no access to clean running water. According to an article written in the Huffington Post, the Navajo are 60 times more likely than any other American to live without running water. They also pay 67 times more for their water that they must haul as opposed to pipe water. Now listed to my left are some hot points that will be covered throughout this video as well as the rest of the series. These hot points include the background of the Navajo and the water crisis, mining, environmental racism, efforts, and solutions. Make sure to keep an eye on these, as they will be important as what we want you to learn from. According to the newspaper Indian Country Today, the Navajo must travel to one of 2 wells on the reservation every day to obtain clean water, which they fill bottles and jugs up and bring back to their homes. Most of these wells are an average of 4 miles from Navajo homes. In an article written by Orit Tamir, he talks about how in 1974, the Navajo Hopi Settlement Act forced over 10,000 Navajo to relocate from southern to northern Arizona. The relocation put the Navajo right onto land that was disputed between the Navajo and the Hopi Indians. This in time spread out the Navajo as they grew, making the reservation span across 3 states. Although the relocation occurred in 1974, the water crisis dates back to the late 1940s. In the 1940s, the EPA approved uranium mining on Navajo lands. According to an article in the Huffington Post, this in time contaminated the San Juan River, which was the Navajo's main source of water. Christina Laughlin says, quote unquote, "They swam in the contaminated water, they showered with it, laundered with it, cooked with it, and drank it." This contamination was hidden by the EPA for a full 24 hours before the incident was reported. Although by that time, it was too late, and the majority of the river was undrinkable, along with the raw water that the Navajo had been using. Before we end this video, let's go over some key points that were mentioned that we want you to take away from the video. The first key point we will cover are the details of the Navajo Reservation. The takeaways from this part of the video are that the reservation spans across 3 states, Arizona, New Mexico, and Utah. It's one of the largest Native American reservations, and 1/3 doesn't have access to clean water. The second key point is the relocation of the Navajo caused by the Navajo Hopi Settlement Act, which forced them to move to northern Arizona and spread out the reservation as a whole. The third and final key point is that the water crisis dates all the way back to the mid-1900s when the EPA approved uranium mining on the land where the Navajo had settled. The Navajo are now stuck in a situation that seems as if there is no way out, and it's up to you as the viewers, along with us, to make a difference. Now we will go over to Ben, who will go further into the issues of mining and how it affects water pollution and the Navajo. Thank you.